talking about the hottest communities in Calgary for December 2021. So we've done many videos like this year. This is kind of the wrap up of what is the hottest communities based on November's data and what are we going to be walking into 2022 with. So get your questions. We are live. We are here in studio. We're going to take your questions and everything right after this. The top 10 communities, top 10 communities to buy in and the top 10 communities to sell in Calgary right after this. Hello. My name is Jared Chamberlain, and we are here in the studio. Today, we're talking about the hottest communities in Calgary. So we've got the top 10 communities for selling and the top 10 communities for buying in. So if you're planning on buying or selling a detached home in the coming months, you may want to pay attention to this because we're going to walk through these top 10 lists right now. And there's a lot of communities to cover, so we're not going to delay too long. We're going to jump right in. However, if you are watching and you are watching live, we want a comment. We want a comment from you. We want some interaction. So feel free to go and click the like, subscribe buttons on our YouTube channels, but also put in the comment section where you're from, what's your favorite community, what community do you hope is on this list, all that good stuff, and any questions you have too. So we're gonna be taking those throughout the video here, live video. All right, here we go. So two things I want to show you first. First off, in the description that you guys are seeing in the video here, you are going to see a link to this page. So this page is all about the best neighborhoods in Calgary and the current properties for sale there. So if you're looking for a good home in a good neighborhood, this is where you want to start your search. So go through, click that link in the description, and you're going to be able to get there. The second thing I want to show you guys is some really quick stats. So what has happened in the market is it's still hot. It is still so full. And so what I find interesting is right now, 176% of all the homes that have listed in the last 3 months in Calgary have sold. That is insane, 176%. So I don't know if that fully can understand that, but the city of Calgary is currently sitting at 1.7 months of inventory, and that's how we're going to go through this data today. Is all of this is based on the months of inventory. So how long does it take things to sell, or how quickly are things selling in that community? And right now there's 3,600 active homes on the market, and there's 6,300 homes that sold over the last 90 days. So months of inventory. You can see on the bottom there. Move a few things. There we go. Right here. 0 to 2.5 months. This is a seller's market. Look how much green there is across the city. Anything above 4 months is a buyer's market. So those are mainly your buyer's markets. So this is the 90-day window. The numbers we're going to go through are all 30 days. All right. But this is, again, you can go to just Chamberlain Group, Calgary Real Estate Market, search that, and you're going to find this data here. And so we got some good stuff. All right, here we go. We're going to jump right in. So detached homes only. What are the hottest communities in Calgary based on November's numbers? All right. We're going to start with the selling. So these are your selling numbers. And again, if you got comments, if you hoping, crossing fingers, you're planning on selling, what neighborhood are you hoping is going to be in there? Put that in the comment section and we're going to see that live. All right. Detached home selling. Number 10. So I'm just going to work through this list. Number 10, we got Douglasdale, Douglas Glen. Down in the southeast, their months of inventory is only 0.45 months of inventory. So anything that's listed in there right now, it is going to most likely sell in less than half a month. That's 2 weeks, people. 2 weeks. That is crazy. So our whole top 10 list for communities in Calgary are all 2 weeks or less is the month of inventory for the last 30 days. Okay. So that puts in perspective how quickly things are moving right now. So that's number 10. Number 9 is a tie between Woodbine and Sandstone, and they're at 0.44 months. So literally 0.01 less than number 10 spot. And their benchmark pricing is between 506 to 515. Is those two areas, one in the north and one in the south. And then you have number 8 is another tie between Tuscany and Haysboro, and they are at 0.43. So these numbers 10, 9, and 8 are pretty much all the same, 0.43, 0.44, and 0.45 months worth of inventory. All right. And Royal Oak and Scarborough were number 7. All right. So this is, again, detached homes, and they're at 0.40. Their prices are between 672 benchmark for, I think that's Royal Oak, and 744 would be for Scarborough. Number 6 spot, Evanston, sitting there all by itself and pretty. So Evanston is at 0.38 months worth of inventory. Number 5 is actually a 5-way tie. 5-way tie for number 5, and that is Scenic Acres, University Heights, Skyview Ranch in the northeast, Diamond Cove down south, and Silverado down south. So we are all over the city here, but the months of inventory for detached homes there is 0.33 months of inventory. All right, and their prices all range. Benchmark prices range from $492 to $817. Okay. That's a big 5-way tie right there. Number 4 is Evergreen. So Evergreen is at 0.32 months of inventory. Number 3. So here's our top 3 communities to sell in. Are you ready? Country Hills is number 3 at 0.25 months of inventory. So that means at 0.25, that is roughly a week. Most places in Country Hills and the next 2 communities are all selling within a week. This market is busy, super, super full. And honestly, the biggest reason is because the lack of inventory. That's why. There's just not a lot of inventory for the demand. That's what's making our market so hot right now, okay? Number 2, Citadel. So up in the northwest is at 0.19 months worth of inventory. So what is that, 4 days? I don't know, 4 or 5 days, something like that. And their benchmark price is $519,000. And Parkland down in the south is number 1 right now in November or December at 0.17 months of inventory. All right. So there you have it. Your top 3, Country Hills, Citadel, and Parkland. So if you guys are planning on selling your home and you're in any of these 10 communities, you just still have to price it properly. You got to prepare it properly. You got to do all the things right. But there is a ton of demand and a lack of inventory for you right now in those areas. All right. Moving on. Number 5, buy. Detached homes. So these are the hottest communities to buy in Calgary right now. So again, these ones are going to have the most inventory. Slowest sales is kind of the opposite of what we just looked at. So number 10, Crescent Heights. So in November, the months of inventory for Crescent Heights, this is just north of downtown inner city, is 4.5 months of inventory. Okay, so their benchmark price is $532,000. Number 9 is Spruce Cliff. So they're at 5 months of inventory. So we're climbing the opposite way. So our months of inventory are going up here, meaning, again, more inventory, less sales for the detached homes in these areas. So Spruce Cliff and their benchmark price is $651. The other thing you're going to see on this list is potentially communities that have more condos in them, because we're only talking about detached homes. So that could also make the list a little bit different too. Number 8 is Briar Hill. So this is 5.5 months of inventory. So Hounsfield and Briar Hill are kind of the 2 communities or 2 names for this community. This also could be because of price point. So their benchmark price is $766, but you can easily have some $2-3 million homes in this area as well. So that could also be a little bit part to do to their price. Number 7 is Rocky Ridge and Vista Heights. Now, I find it very interesting that Rocky Ridge is on this list because Rocky Ridge is right beside Royal Oak and Royal Oak was in our top 10 for selling. So I find it interesting that Rocky Ridge is in this list, and it could be just because there was a lack of sales in November, and it's just looking at 30 days back, but it's interesting that it's on the buy side and not on the sell side. All right, 6 months of inventory for these two, and Rocky Ridge benchmark price would be $659, and Vista Heights would be $369. All right, so that's kind of the spread there. Number 6, the 6th best place to buy in Calgary is Dover, and that is 6.5 months of inventory, and that's $373 benchmark price. Number 5 is South Calgary and Ross Carrick. All right. So months of inventory is 7 there, $556 to $663 is their benchmark price. Number 4 is North Glenmore. So this is kind of an interesting one because there's a lot of detached houses. Actually, there's a lot of attached houses in there as well, and a lot of infills going on. But it's the number 4 place right now for months of inventory, and it's 8 months of inventory there. So 667 is their benchmark price, and 8 months of inventory for North Glenmore. All right, number 3, we're in our top 3. So everything in your top 3 is taking 10 months of inventory or more currently. So Shaganappi is number 3, which you can clearly see on the screen. Benchmark price is $639. Number 2 is Bridgeland, and that's at 10.5 months of inventory at $561 as their benchmark price. And months of inventory for Willow Park, which is our number 1 place to buy right now, is 13 months of inventory. I also find it interesting that this one's on let alone the top 10, but let alone number 1, because it's a really great community. So if you're planning on buying a detached home in the city, and your benchmark price there is $625, and that's kind of your move up price or what you're looking to move into, Willow Park, their months of inventory based on November's data alone is a great place to buy a property. So kind of interesting. And that's the highest months of inventory right now in the city over the last 30 days. So there you have it. All right, let's recap. So the top 3 communities to sell in right now: Country Hills, Citadel, and Parkland. And the top 3 communities to buy in are going to be Shaganappi, Bridgeland, and Willow Park. So if you, the perfect world, perfect storm, if you sell in one of those communities and buy in one of those other communities in the list there, that's a perfect storm, right? And so regardless of whether you're buying or selling right now in this market, the reality is you need to have a plan. I don't care. If you watch our last video, we went live, I think it was end of last week. If you watch that video, we had top 6 lessons about buying and selling. And the number 1 lesson that we learned about selling in this type of market that we're in is you still have to have a plan. Overpriced properties are just not going to sell. It just doesn't matter. And if properties don't look good, they're not going to sell. Buyers are still buying on emotion. And for those, if you're planning on that, let us know, because we have a fantastic strategy, fantastic tools to help you guys through that process that we would love to get our team involved and help you with that. So if that's the case, reach out to us, info@chamberlaingroup.ca, or you can give us a call at 587-316-5400, and we would love to help you create a strategy for selling your home in this market. Even though it looks like it could be easy and quick, it's just not always the case, because you want to have a plan set up for you. So on that note, that is what we have. If you have any comments, we're going to be watching the comment section. So please put in the comments below. If you didn't see your community in there and you'd like to know where it kind of stands, we don't have the full list. We pulled the top 10 for either side, but we can definitely give you some of the numbers for that as well. So put that in the comments if you have questions about where you guys stand for that as well. So on that note, I hope this is good. I hope this is helpful, and I hope it's kind of entertaining, because it's kind of interesting. If you know the city and you know these areas, it's kind of some interesting things going on with these communities moving up and down lists and even switching lists a month too, right? So there you go. I am out. We'll see you guys later. And if I don't do another live video before Christmas, Merry Christmas, but we might do one more. So anyways, we'll see you guys later.